Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm just waiting for more people to log in.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
I think that
a lot of background noise. If Ross can mute everyone, please. Guys, if you can keep yourself muted, that would be amazing. Thank you. So good afternoon, guys. Welcome to this call. I believe more people are jumping. Just keep yourself muted. Keep yourself on mute because of the background noise. I can see Gintare is not muted. So yes, my name is Ruta Alexandra, and today we're going to have another amazing call with our amazing business partner, Ross. Ross, he's a Bob Proctor consultant. He joined our team a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, and he's very experienced in terms of mindset. So he's doing this training free of charge. We don't have to pay anything every single day, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And mindset, as you probably some of you know, that it's the main thing. You know, your success is it depends on how you think. You know, your mindset. If you can control your mind, if you can change, you know, if you can control your thoughts, you know, you can control your life. That's number one, and I wish I knew these things when I started 3 years ago with this company, I Am Mastery Academy. So just a quick intro about me. If you don't know me, some of you probably know me, but yeah, I've been doing this business for 3 years, and my background is law. I studied law and accounting, and I used to work as a lawyer, and I got sick and tired of my job. And I decided, you know, I need to find something else, another vehicle, how I can make money and have freedom, flexibility, because I didn't have time for my child, for traveling, for hobbies. Yes, and I thought I need to change. For my life to change, I need to change things in my life, because, you know, most people, they just do the same over and over again, and they expect to have different results. This is not how it works in life. It's never going to happen. For your life to change, first of all, you need to change yourself. You need to get better. Then your life will change and your life will get better. So first of all, you need to start from you, and you need to change your mindset. And as I said, I wish I knew this information, you know, when I started learning from I Am. Again, nobody's teaching us these things at school. You know, I never heard about law of attraction. You know, how important is your mind? You know, how powerful, first of all, is your mind? You know, so yes, I'm into this. I'm studying. I'm learning every single day. Personal development is a must. You know, it's like going to the gym if you want to have a good body. It's like, you know, if you want to be healthy, you need to eat every single day healthy stuff. You know, the same is with your mind. If you want to have a amazing life, you know, be positive. Always, you need to feed yourself. You need to educate yourself. Personal development is a must every single day, guys. So yes, I want to say thank you, massive thank you for Ross. You know, we connected with Ross actually on Facebook. It's not by accident, by law of attraction, because I knew exactly like what I want, what kind of people I want to attract, you know, what kind of people I want to have in my business. So we connected on Facebook, and he ended up joining us, you know, and I'm so happy and grateful that he's like giving so much value without, you know, benefiting directly even, you know. His goal is just to help as many people as possible, because he got this information. He studied Bob Proctor for 10 years, you know, and Bob Proctor, most of you know that this guy is like top in the world in terms of mindset, in terms of personal development. He coached and mentored all our top leaders, all the top most successful people on this planet, you know. That's why they are the top earners in the world, because they got this information, you know. And you know, like as I said, you can attract everything and anything if you know how to think. So guys, I just want to ask you, know, if you can grab pen and paper, because what Ross will share with you is going to be mind-blowing, life-changing information. If you get it, as I said, you know, you're not going to get it first time. You know, if you're new to the business, you know, just be teachable, coachable, jump on this call, make the most of it. You know, this person gives us value free of charge. You know, of course, you know, it's not enough for 1 hour maybe. I listen like 4 hours every day, guys, always personal development, like Bob Proctor, different books, and you get addicted, because it gives you this good feeling, and it helped me to develop this habit of feeling happy, feeling grateful, and feeling positive. Nobody can affect me. I don't want to see, I don't want to hear, I don't want to discuss about negative things. So thanks to personal development, now after 3 years, I developed this habit, being happy, being positive, and seeing positive things in every single situation, guys. So yes, before going into more detail, I want to actually ask you if you can just type in 777 just for us, just to say thank you and welcome this guy on our call. Make some notes, and I'm driving. I'm in my car, so I'm gonna be probably leaving the call because I need to go to Stratford. I'm having meetings. 777. If you're in Stratford area, guys, if you're in the business, come down to see us. We have meetings in Westfield, Stratford. Yeah, 777. If we could have a good number of people. Amazing numbers are growing. As I said, mind-blowing, life-changing information. Let me just type 777. Thank you so much, Ross, for doing this for us. Yes, so basically 777. Thank you very much, Ross. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ross?
Yes. How are you?
Yeah, so
And
I
we're
am
letting
good.
more.
I'm good. I'm coming to Westfield.
And
I'm
we
coming to Westfield. I'll see you soon.
we are live here at Stratford, waiting for you.
Amazing. So guys, just be, like as I said, listen to every single word this person has to say, make notes, write every single writing. Note takers are money makers. Remember that. You need to write, because the information you hear will go out of your system within 48 hours. You need to make notes always on every single call. Just develop this habit. So that's it from me. Thank you very much. Ross, over to you.
We want to give it back up to you. So I want to give it up to Ruta as well. Thank you for coming on here and introducing me to the team. I know you're busy, so we'll let you go. Drive safely, okay? And we're gonna get into the memory today, a higher faculty, guys. So if you can, drop some sevens for Ruta. So I'm gonna give it back up to Ruta again. And I'm getting new to this, but there's one thing that I learned in public speaking is always give it back to the person that gave you the microphone. So, so she just gave me the mic, so I got to give it back up to her. So drop some sevens for her. Now we're gonna go into higher faculties, okay? And I'm going to be recommending some movies, and I'm also going to be recommending some, I guess, homework. I guess if you want to develop this faculty of your memory. We all have a perfect memory, according to my mentor. And as far as I can remember, as far back as I can remember, because when you go back, you're going into certain things that happen. They might be good, they might be bad. But your performance, if I were to tell you, well, what is your memory? Because this is what I thought, right? When I talked to my mentor, I said, well, what does my memory have to do with the money that I make? When I first got this information, I just wanted to get rich. I just wanted to be wealthy because I was always broke. And I'm like, well, what does my memory have to do with my success? What does my memory have to do with, being a better person, making more money, right? Because we all want to do more. Our spirit is for expansion or fuller expression, never for disintegration, never for hard times. So I wanted to try to get this information. And like Ruta said, I spent 10 years of my life trying to figure out this information, because when I started making money, I was like, okay, this is real, guys. Like, this is the real deal, right? And it's like as easy as having a pen and a notebook. It's that easy. And if you were to tell me this 10 years ago, I'd say, no, Ross, put the pen away. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So, it's really important to understand that we have a past. And I remember when I was like little, I was born in Houston, Texas. And I had an older sister. And it's funny because she might see the call and she's gonna remember what she did. But you know, we don't know any better. We don't know what we're doing as kids, and we make mistakes. Now, I remember like if it was yesterday, I had planted a tree in the ground, and it was a mango. It was a mango. You guys ever had mangoes? Because I remember a long time ago that everyone would tell me like mangoes can't grow. Mangoes can't grow. They would grow in nice weather. I was in Texas, in Houston, and my mother was like, "There's no way that this mango is gonna grow." Now, you want to talk about faith. You want to talk about like being persistent. You know, I said, "No, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow." So I planted it, and sure enough, it started growing. And I was probably like 4 years old. And my sister also planted a mango tree. It was right next to mine. Now, what does that have to do with your success? Let me explain a little bit, guys. So we were both little, we were both young, and she got so upset because my mother said, his mango tree is bigger than yours. She told my sister that. And my sister was probably like 9 years old. She was 4 years older than me. So if I was 5, she was 9. She looks at me, she says, you know what? I'm going to destroy his mango tree. The tree was like about this big. It already had like the green flowers growing out of it. The, you know, the leaves, the green leaves were growing out of it. So she grabs a big brick, right? And she walks up to the tree and she just lets it go. Now I'm looking at my mango tree and she killed my tree. And I started crying. I started getting upset. What triggered her to destroy my mango tree? What triggered her was that my mother was saying subconsciously, his is better than yours. So Wallace Wattles in this book, I showed it to you guys yesterday, but I'll show it to you guys again today. This book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. He says that there is no competition, guys. Now, what is competition to you? Competition could be like, hey, I make more money than you. I'm doing great. My car is better than you, right? So we all get these things of competitiveness. Now, I'm not saying competitiveness isn't good, right? It might be a good thing to get you off your butt, right? It might be a good thing to get you to start prospecting. But what happens is things in the past either had a positive impact or a negative impact on our lives. Now, when I grew up, I didn't know these things. I figured them out through my failures. They say Thomas Edison had about 10,000 failures before he created the incandescent light bulb. How many failures do you have to go through before you just decide to quit? Because Napoleon Hill says that a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. So you have to be willing to die for your belief, to die for the dream, because you might be 3 feet from gold and you just quit. You might give up, you know? So as I grew up, I started to realize that as an adult, my sister became very competitive. And the funny part about it is she's making millions of dollars. So at one point, I gave up my successful business to learn this information. I gave up a multi-million-dollar company, my business, the loan modification clinic, to want to learn this business, guys. And I've learned so much studying with my mentor, Bob Proctor, going to his house in Canada, and just like meeting his grandson. I was on stage with his grandson because his grandson, Danny, he does art. He does magician. Like what he does is he correlates drawings to different like how to do presentations on stage with like artwork, but he does like magic, and it's just crazy. He put me on stage and he told me, draw whatever you want, and I'm like, okay, like I'm drawing this stuff out. I drew out a Christmas tree, and then at the end of the magic show, he ends up giving me a gift, like as if he already knew that I was gonna draw out a Christmas tree. The funny part about it is the first thing that I drew out was a picture of a stick person. For you guys that don't know or follow Bob Proctor, a picture of the stick person was created by Dr. Thurman Fleets in 1934 in San Antonio, Texas, with the top part representing your conscious mind and the bottom part representing your subconscious mind. So I'll draw that out, a picture of the stick person. Now, this stick person is like really, really important when we talk about the subconscious mind, because in here is all your belief systems, all the negative programs, the things that you've seen as a child. You know, I could see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. And you have the self-image. It's in your paradigm, guys. So my paradigm was like, my sister was always like beating me, right? She was like number one. She's older than me, so I got to give her the credit, right? And that's great. Good for her, right? But you want to get to a point where you want to say, like Wallace Waddles, that there is no competition. There is no competition. The only competition is the one that you set up in your own mind. So for me, it was like, okay, well, like what happened, right? And I went through this negative situation, and I totally made a company with no money, no down payment, nothing. Made millions of dollars, and then I gave it all up. Why? Because it's irresponsible of me to die with this information and not give it to somebody else. So the first movie that I want to recommend to you guys is called Back to the Future. Okay, and I'll write that down right here. Back to the Future. Who does it star? Back to the Future. Okay. Now this movie, it stars a guy named Marty McFly from the movie, and Dr. Emmett Brown. Now Dr. Emmett Brown created a time machine in a car that takes you to the future and it takes you to the past. It takes you wherever you want to go. All you have to do is put in the date and it takes you there, right? So in the movie, Marty McFly goes to the future, okay? He goes to the future, okay? And what he does is he ended up going to the past first. He ended up going to the past, and he met his dad and his mom. Now, his mom and his dad were in high school. So he goes back in time and he just changes certain things. Like this is a plastic water bottle. These are my iPhones. So if I were to go back to, let's say, the past, and this was in my room, and I grabbed it, and then I went to the future or to the present, my world would change. Why? Because Bob Proctor says that it's a fraction of a second. So when they asked Werner von Braun, how do we send a spaceship and put a man on the moon? He's like, you could time the landing, you could put a man on the moon. This was in the 60s. He's like, you can put a man in the moon and you could time the landing by precision of a fraction of a second. So if you want to think of your past and you want to think about fractions of everything is calculated, what's done is done. The past cannot be changed. Your memories cannot be changed. Now, I would beg the differ. In other words, I would tell you, okay, well, yes, your past is your past, but you could always change your past. So how do you change your past? You build new memories of things that happened to you that are affecting you. So in my instance, it's like, for, let's just say me and my sister, she never destroyed my tree. She put water in my tree and she helped my tree grow. But you would say, okay, well, that is a fact, right? That is a fact that your sister destroyed your mango tree. Ross, that's a fact. Let's not kid ourselves. Okay, I agree with you. That is a fact because it is in my memory, but we could always change that memory, right? When you start to understand that there are certain things that are holding you back in the subconscious mind because you can't let go, then you understand this information so you can understand that you have a memory and your memory is perfect. Like I said, I can go all the way back to when I was like maybe 3, 4 years old and I have these memories, but it doesn't mean that I can't get along with my sister. I get along with my sister. I love my sister, right? But what it means is that we do things habitual. Um, we we do what we see, and we can't let go. We are constantly making errors, right? And our goal is to understand this material and relate this material to our personal life and to our business life, to our family life. Why? Because we don't want to make the same mistakes. We don't want our kids to make mistakes, right? And I remember my mom telling my sister, like, hey, you destroyed history, blah, blah, blah. But I was the male in the family, and she was upset because my dad would give her all the attention, right? So everything is like attention. I remember going to a class when they were talking about kids and how to teach your kids and not to get angry. So I took like an anger management class for when I had went through my negative situation and I almost killed myself. So I went through all these courses outside of my college. Like I had a college degree, but I took extra steps because I have a son. So I wanted to do the right thing. So I went to like a class where you teach your kids and you don't get angry at your kids when they make mistakes. So if your kid is not getting attention, he's going to make mistakes. So mistakes are, I want attention. So when your kid is like, okay, he's doing bad in school, that means he's asking for attention subconsciously. So when people do bad, is because they're not getting love, they're not getting attention. Now, for a guy to say, okay, I'm not getting any love, all we are is love. At your core, you're just radiating just love, right? And a guy is gonna be like, no, I don't care. I'm a man. I don't need that. Like, come on, I'm not soft. I'm a man. I'm strong. But I don't care how strong you are. I don't care if you killed someone and you're in prison. You just wanted attention. You just wanted love. And that's what it's about, guys. So break the chains, right, of the habitual way of thinking and just give love. Like Sandy Gallagher said, our CEO, she says, leave everybody with an impression of increase. Leave everybody feeling better. I get a phone call from Ruda. She's like, how are you doing today? You don't sound excited. It's funny, right? But I am excited. It's just that I'm thinking. Now, I'm thinking about what? I'm thinking about how to present this material better to you guys so you guys can understand. So write this stuff down. 10 steps, okay? 10 steps. The first step is 1 is run, 2 is zoo, 3 is tree, 4 is door, 5 is hive, 6 is sticks, 7 is heaven, 8 is gate, 9 is wine, 10 is den, okay? 1 is run, 2 is zoo, 3 is tree, 4 is door, 5 is hive, 6 is sticks, 7 is heaven, 8 is gate, 9 is wine, 10 is den. Now, 1 is run, 1 is a pen. 2 is zoo. You went in a zoo and you picked up a plastic water cup that was empty. 3 is tree. 3 is the AirPods, okay? The AirPod Pros. 4 is door. 4 is the science of getting rich. So when you say, how do I build my memory? This is what Bob Proctor was taught. Okay, these are 10 steps on how to build that faculty of a memory. Why? Because pen is number 1. 1 is run. 2 is zoo. You went to a zoo. You picked up a plastic cup. What am I doing right now? It's not 1 is run, 2 is zoo, 3 is tree, is 4 is door. What it is I'm helping you guys understand how to remember and how to connect 1 to a pen. 1 is run, that's a pen. 2 is zoo. You went to the zoo. You found a plastic water cup, okay? 3 is tree. 3 is tree, science of getting rich. 4 is door. 4 is the Apple iPod Pro. 5 is hive, okay? That's a rent receipts from one of my renters, okay? So If I ever say five is hive, like a beehive, you're gonna say, yeah, I remember you had that receipt in your hand. These are memories. You have one. It's perfect. But because of what you see, you're looking at the present results and you're looking at what's in front of you, and it's dictating the way you think. It's dictating your logical way of thinking, your habitual way of thinking. It's like you walk forward. What if I told you, okay, well, stop walking forward and start doing everything backward? Why do we say you need to unlearn and learn everything you didn't know about this information? Why? Because you already know what you know. You already know what you know. If you know that you wake up at 9 a.m. every single day or 7 a.m. every single day, and if I told you, okay, well, start waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., it would feel uncomfortable. You know how to grow your business, how to scale your business, the steps you need to do. It's uncomfortable because you're doing something new. And I get that. And what's even more uncomfortable is the past experiences that you can't break free from the things that you can't get away from, because those are facts. But what if I told you that you can go in your past, change the memory, which is like totally illogical, and say, okay, well, I'm going to build a new memory, right? I'm going to build a new memory of getting along with someone that I didn't get along with, that might have did damage in my life. A sister, a brother, a mom, a dad. They did damage in your life. So what do you got to do now? You got to let go, let God, and build a new memory of being happy, healthy, wealthy. There's the book, right? And this book, it's called The Shed. Now, I might have that information wrong, but this is a New York Times bestseller. And in the book, it's about a little girl that got killed. And I'm sorry about saying this, right? But her father couldn't get over his daughter's death. And it wasn't up until the end of the book where the father actually went inside the prison to see the man that killed his daughter and said, you know what? I forgive you for what you did to my daughter. I let go and I let God, right? And you're not going to let go and let God until you let go, let go. I'm talking about going deep where the subconscious mind, because that's where the paradigm is. And if your paradigm is the most I've ever made is $50,000 a year, then you want to write a big number like I do. You want to write a big number and make it look small. A big number, because you're building new brain cells of recognition to the fact of what? To the fact that you could become anything you want. What did Napoleon Hill says? He says, there is a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one's ready for a thing until they believe they can acquire it. Remember, no more effort is required to aim high in life than to demand prosperity and abundance than there is to accept lack and limitation, poverty. Like Bob Proctor says, you want poverty? Tune into it. It'll be delivered right on schedule. I was always broke. I was never happy. I always wanted to make more money. I was following the sheep. I was just going along. Ross, why did you do it? I don't know. Everybody else did. You know? Why did you do it? Why did you drive? Why were you drinking and driving? I don't know. My friends were doing it. Everybody else was doing it. So I did it too. It wasn't up until I almost killed myself and killed somebody else until I said, you know what? I need to change my life. That was 2010. When I saw Napoleon Hill on YouTube, I'm like, man, all I need is a pen. He's like, yeah, all you need is a pen and a notebook, because you were born with two options, like an envelope, like a card, right? One side is everything that you wanted, and the other side is everything that you didn't want because you failed to take possession of your mind. So what is the mind? The mind, what I'll do now is I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to show you what the mind looks like. And I want to ask people that are that I want to ask people to please mute yourself. Otherwise, I might have to bounce you out of the call. Okay. So what does the mind look like? So in 1970, Bob Proctor was like, I needed to find out what the mind looks like. and he met a guy named Earl Nightingale that was actually mentored by Napoleon Hill himself in Chicago, from where I'm from. And this man, Earl Nightingale, told him, Bob, this is a picture of a stick person. The same picture that I showed you guys. Okay. And he says, this is your thought, this is your thinking, and it's either positive or negative. It can never be just positive. You're gonna get negative thoughts as well. But then on the top part is this energy. And what do we say energy is? Energy just is, right? It's neither created nor destroyed. It just is. So this energy, formless substance, is basically being created with your thought. And then you are picking up a signal of what? A signal of what you see. So what do you see? Write it down. Grab a pen, write down what you see. That would be like your first goal. What do I see? And let's say today is October 2nd, 10/2/20. What do I see? Right? And then you write down, number one, I see poverty. Number two, I see hope, right? That's when you're like, okay, like, I think I can do this. Number three, I see an option. What is the option? I don't know. Maybe it's a phone call that you had with me, and it was like, I see an option to get out of poverty. I got to keep listening to this guy, right? So as you're listening, you're like, okay, I'm going to do the steps. I'm going to grab a pen, and I'm going to write this stuff down. I'm going to write down how much I want to make a year. And I'll put a question mark because that's up to you. Where do I want to live? Put a question mark. And then I'll say, how is my life now? Now, this one is important because you're actually writing down how your life is currently, right? Because this is where you're actually telling yourself if it's positive or negative. So like me, if I would have known this information and you told me, how's my life right now? I'd say, okay, well, now I'm talking about 10 years ago, right? I'm not happy. And I want to make, let's say, this is actually what I made, but I'll just write it down, $1.75 million. Now, the reason that I wanted to do it was because I just wanted to get rich. But see, if you fail to get this, you can get rich and lose all your money. You can get rich and get in trouble because being wealthy is a responsibility. So everything is mind. And James Allen, he wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh, As a Man Thinketh. And in the last chapter of As a Man Thinketh, it's called Serenity. And this is like for people out there that have like a lot of energy, like myself, right? I should be reading this every single day, writing it down. Why is serenity important? Because it brings you peace. And peace is like really, really important when all you see is coronavirus. You got to be careful. You could end up losing your life, blah, blah, blah. Serenity is like the key to being happy with you, you know? So we focus on HHW, happy, healthy, and wealthy. And sometimes I'm like, I'm wealthy, I'm happy, I'm healthy. But you know, health is really, really important. So you want to focus on your health. We talk about having 24 hours a day, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of free time, and 8 hours of sleep, right? And you have to create a balance in your life to basically be comfortable, to be at peace, you know, to feel good about you. And like I said, the past, like your memory, these are like collections of information, and they're inside your computer, in your mind. And the mind is like subconscious right here. This is like emotion. So this is like all the emotion stuff. Everything came in as a child. You couldn't stop it. As you became an adult, you created the faculty to think, to observe, right? Observe. And then to say, I'm not going to accept it. Like it, the negative ideas coming in, and you're going to stop the negative idea. Stop it from going in to the subconscious, to the lower part of the brain, the emotion, the body, emotion, right? So you can stop this negative program. Where's the negative program come? From the TV. It's telling you what to see, what to think, right? So you want to stop that, and you want to start creating. Now, you talk about totally illogical. In the book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, he says that you create from the formless substance. You create from the formless. Where's the formless substance? The first part. Never is, never was, like has no past, no future. Always been here. No past, no future, right? This energy. And the energy is everywhere. And the energy is just there, and then you're building an idea, a thought, which permeates all space and all time. So the idea is like a desire that you really want to create residual income, to start a business and scale your business all the way up and make a couple million, or make, 5, 10,000 residual income every single month, to have a team. Why is a team important? What did James Allen say? He says, mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind. And evermore he takes the tools of thought, shaping what he wills, brings 1,000 joys or 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. His environment is but his looking glass. How is your environment? Tell me, like my dad said, give me your 5 fingers. He's like, tell me who your 5 friends are. Tell me what they do. Let's just say, this one is, let's say, Brian. This one is Jeff. This one is Eric, right? And 4, Bobby. And Brian, he is, let's just say, Brian could be broke. Jeff could be, no job. Eric is looking for work, and Bobby just got laid off. So where are you? 5. And 9 times out of 10, like 97% of the time, you're going to be in one of these categories: broke, no job, laid off, and looking for a job, But then there's the flip side. There's, let's just say Vince, 2 would be, let's say Will, and let's say 3 is George, and 4 is, let's say, Chris, right? And 5 is you. And let's say Chris is an entrepreneur. George, he works with a network marketing company, a multi-level marketing company. Let's say George has a good team. He's building his business. He's traveling all around the world. Will, let's say he made his first million at 22. You guys went, and you went to school with all these guys. Like, where are you going to be? You're probably going to be in one of these categories. That's why James Allen says environment is more important than heredity, because the DNA that your parents had, it's been passed down to you. You got that DNA, the information. So what information did you pick up from them as a child, And then you also have the environment. But James Allen says that the environment is more important than the DNA. The environment is crucial to your success. hanging around with people that are in this business that want the best for you. And yesterday we were talking about our intuition. It's like, okay, your intuition is what? A feeling you get about something, and it could make a difference in your income. So what feeling did I get when I talked to Ruth? I was like, I'm gonna go to London and I'm gonna show this business to people and we're gonna grow this. But that was an intuition. It came to me. Where did the intuition come from? It comes from the hunch, from that gut feeling of, man, I just get this good vibration about this person. I feel like something about this person. That's how we get when we meet people that are successful. We want to be like them. And when you get this information, you're like, man, this is crazy. Like Back to the Future, right? He goes to the future. Actually, the first part of the movie, he goes to the past. Things change. Then he goes to the present and things change. Then on part 2, he goes to the future. Things change. Then he goes to the past and things change. And what if I told you that your mind is moving? That's right, your mind is moving. It's not still, it's an activity. And it's thinking at a certain frequency, at a certain vibration. So the vibration is like, how do you amplify something that already has energy? How do you do that? You do that through talks, through lectures, through motivational videos, because you're changing the outside with the thoughts. Why do you think Andrew Carnegie told Napoleon Hill, look at yourself in the mirror? Tell yourself, not only are you going to achieve what I've done in my life, but you're going to meet me in the present and you're going to beat me in the future. Past, present, future, guys. I would write that stuff down because it can literally make an impact on your life, on your business life, on your family life, on your friends. Past, present, future. Currently, I'm broke. My past, I was broke, but I looked at myself in the mirror and I told myself, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm building this business. I'm working with people every single day. Yes, I get some no's, but I'm getting more yeses than no's. People look up to me. I look great. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm going to achieve so much in my life. It's called a life script. And if you don't have one, I would definitely write one out. And if you want to know how to write one out, reach out to me. I'll help you write out a life script. Okay? It's called a life script. How do I want my life to be? And remember, guys, no limitation, no limits. What did Napoleon Hill say? The only limitations are the ones that you set up in your own mind. You're dealing with infinite. What did Janet B. Rand say? Thomas Short's only student. When you bring these unseen causes into harmony with your conception, you can make practical working realities of possibilities that at present seem but a fantastic dream. That's a fantastic dream. That dream that you have in your mind, that's a fantastic dream in your present results, because you've never made $1 million. And if you have, good for you. Now it's time to make 10 million. And if you made 10 million, now it's time to make 100 million, because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a penny and 100 million. It must accept through repetition of you telling yourself, what is it that you really, really, really want? And the more you tell yourself in the fantasy, the dream, the more you're in the dream world of you telling yourself, the more that you're going to begin to change your self-image, because you cannot outperform yourself. You cannot outperform everything they told you. They told you, hey, guess what? The most your dad's ever made was $50,000. How can you make $50,000 a week? Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here. Go back to work. Clock in, clock out. And beg, beg. God didn't intend for you to beg and to clock in, to clock out. God intended you to be the best version of yourself, of who you want to be. What did Sandy Gallagher say? You're for expansion and fuller expression, never for disintegration, never for hard times. Well, guess what the TV's telling you? TV is telling you hard times, right? Excuse my writing. It's telling you, be careful. There's a recession coming. There's a lot of layoffs. You could end up in the hospital with the virus. Be careful. Negative program. And then you think, and where does it go? Straight to the subconscious, exactly where it wants to be, right down here. Because you think, right? It goes right to the subconscious mind, like a seed. And what does it do? It formulates hard times. It formulates poverty. And what do? You get more of the same. Repetition. What did I talk about? The quadrant of fantasy being up here, theory being down here, and fact being the last part. That's part 3. This is part 3, guys. Part 3. You're looking at the last part. This is part 3. This part 1. This part 2. People got it backwards. People are looking at facts, fantasy, and a theory, and more facts. In other words, the fact is you're currently making, let's say, 30,000 pounds a year. Fantasy is, okay, you're programmed to think negatively, so you think of more reasons why you only make $30,000 a year. You think of more reasons why you currently make 30,000. Well, the reason I make more, you reason with it. That's actually another faculty that we're going to get in tomorrow. Today's topic is your past, your memory, and how the negative memories in your past are not letting you perform at the level where you should perform. Because in my case, it was competition. So what do? Try to be better than my sister. Or my sister tries to be better than me. How can we change? By understanding. What did Solomon say in the Bible? I asked not for more riches, but more wisdom with which to use the riches I was born with. That's what Napoleon Hill says when he wakes up in the morning. I know he's gone now, but that's what he would say. Every lecture he would start off, now, let's start off. Oh, divine providence, I ask not for more riches, but more wisdom with which to use the riches I was born with, and the power to control my own mind to whatever ends I desire. Why is the mind important? Because the mind is the navigation. The navigation in Marty McFly's car from Back to the Future. What did he put in? He put 2016. He went to 2016 or 2012 or something like that, and he found the almanac of all the games that were won. And what did Biff do? Biff took the almanac and he went and he bet on the right winners, on the right horses, and he ended up becoming super wealthy. If it wasn't for the almanac, he wouldn't have did it. Why was the almanac very important? Because the almanac was from the future. And he took it to the past. And Biff found the almanac. So what did he do? He started changing the future. He didn't change the future. He just bet on the right games, and he became super wealthy. So it's like, if you only knew the future of you, because it exists right now. The future already is done. This is done, guys. What did God say in the Bible? I'm the Alpha and Omega, the beginning, the end. No time, no space. And you talk about space, you talk about scientists and people astronomy, like looking out there at the stars, looking for the center of the universe, Genevieve B. Rand says, you are the center of divine creation. You're the center. We all have a center. So you have a center of divine creation in you. You are the highest form of intelligence of creation, and you have a piece of God in you. So as you understand that you can create, as you understand that there is, I guess you could say, things that are holding you back about who you were, your self-image. But let's get rid of your name. I'm not Ross. Who's Ross? Who's Ross Garcia? Ross Garcia is not Ross Garcia. Ross Garcia is a spirit. He has an intellect, and he lives in a physical body. He's a spirit. You think I'm going to be here forever? No, this is an experience. Then I'm going to go experience something new. And what did Genevieve B. Rand say? Something that hasn't went from the past. You're here to grow. What did Wallace Waddle say? You cannot grow if you're broke. You cannot grow and enjoy life if you're broke. So you grab a big number like $1 million. You internalize that big number. You make it look small to your current conscious level of awareness. That's the only way that you can amplify the energy so it can go into the subconscious mind. How do you amplify it? How do you send to the subconscious mind? With enthusiasm of how it would feel. What did Neville Goddard say in that book, The Power of Awareness? Feeling is the secret. Feeling is a secret, because feeling is the connection to the subconscious from the body. That's how you're going to do the connection. That's how the connection is being made. If the body is not in a good feeling, then it's never going to go into the subconscious. You need to connect the thought with the body, with the feeling, so it can go into the subconscious, and you go into a new world. A new world of what? Of being happy, healthy, and wealthy. And that's why the life script is important, because you want to write it down exactly. Not a guess, right? How I want I have to be careful if not erases because I have a stylus. Exactly how I want my life to be. How do you want your life to be? Describe it in full detail. I want to make so-and-so. I want to be in so-and-so. I look so-and-so. I feel so-and-so. And that's how you start changing the outside. You need to go in deep to the subconscious mind. It is so deep. It is so deep, guys. Deep. You're telling me, trust me. I've been through the levels, guys. Level 1, like remember Nintendo? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 3, you get the free lives. Level 3. When you hit that turtle, before you pass level 3, you hit that turtle, you keep hitting that turtle. That was the goal. You keep hitting the turtle. Boom, 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 boom. Free lives, free lives, free lives, free life, free life, free life, free life. You get 1,000 free lives, guys. Trust me, I did it. That was my goal. Nintendo, game changer. Oh my God. I almost got my butt kicked because of the Nintendo. My sister kept telling me, tell mom, we need a Nintendo. I kept telling my mom. She almost killed me because I wanted a Nintendo. Because I wanted those free lives. I've been searching for this information for years. So that's why I'm telling you guys, what price are you willing to pay? These calls are so important to your success. So you have a memory, it's perfect. Change the memories of who, what, when, why, where. Change all that stuff. If it's not serving you, get rid of it. And if you can't get rid of it, then change it. That's all I'm saying, guys. I don't mean to be too complicated, but change the way that the past looks in your life so you can feel good about you. Look in the mirror, tell yourself, Tell yourself, this is my life script. This is who I am. This is the amount of money I'm gonna make. These are my friends. This is what I do. I let go of the past. I let go of things that are not serving me. Ask for direction. Reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys. Trust me. I've been in jail. I almost died. I almost killed somebody else through a DUI accident in 2010. There's only two ways to change a paradigm: an emotional impact, and I went through that, and constant spaced repetition of this information. The more you listen to it, the more you read it, things are going to start to change. And then you'll look back with a telescope and be like, damn, I don't even remember who I was, because I'm a whole new person. So I hope you guys found this information helpful, useful, and like I said, go out there and crush it. Go out and crush this Friday. And let me get back in here and take the camera off from the phone. There he goes. All right, guys. So I hope you guys took notes, and we'll be talking more Monday, because we have these calls every single day, Monday through Friday, okay? And if there's anyone that has any questions, right now would be a good time to ask those questions. So I'll give you guys a little bit of time to ask any questions that you guys may have, and then we'll end the call. Okay, no one has any questions? Okay, guys. All right, you guys enjoy your Friday. We'll be back Monday for our weekly training on the mind, because remember, guys, the mind is not the brain. The brain is something physical. The mind thinks in pictures. And what did Earl Nightingale say? He says that you are the picture of what you're entertaining throughout the day. So create the right pictures. Have a good weekend, guys. Peace out.